So Josette, I mean, countries like Saudi Arabia and other countries looking to, change the supply chain and localize, they have a choice, right? You can move inputs in and be an assembler, or you can create that supply chain ecosystem, sourcing raw materials. That means IP, that means upskilling, engineering and manufacturing. You need to understand the markets. You need cross-border flexibility and taxation. It's not as easy as just, if you want to be an assembler, bring in the inputs. But if you want to create the ecosystem, that's a different proposition.
We've witnessed another reorganization of supply chains, and it was really triggered in the late 90s when China set up the special economic zones and created kind of a green line around an area that made all the conditions ideal to set up a supply chain. And you saw textile manufacturing moving from Hong Kong and Taiwan to China. Today, we're seeing another reorganization, and it's not rocket science of what it takes to get it right, but it requires a vision from the top. It requires organization to facilitate not only the supply chain, but also certificate programs to train workers on the specific needs. And I don't think it's so much about college degrees as it is specific certificate programs to train people for the type of manufacturing excellence that's needed quickly. And that might be an 18-month program that could prepare them for that. I just want to say, Elise, I've seen this happen right here in the region.
Yeah.
Because the World Food Program that I used to run has to feed 100 million people in the world. 90% of the sourcing used to come from the US, Canada, and Europe. And then we set up a humanitarian hub in UAE, the humanitarian city, about 12 years ago. And this has become the biggest humanitarian hub in the region and in the world, but there's 6 of these. And we regionalized it, and it saved lives. It made efficiencies. And it had to build in the whole skill set to do that. So this has happened in this region. It's created a powerful example of supply chains that can work. And I think, again, one advantage here is access to the energy supply needed and the labor. A hungry labor market that really wants an opportunity for diverse jobs.
And just very quickly, Dr. Ibrahim, that's what you're doing at SADF. You're creating these programs.
Yes, so at SIDF, we're